People find Balenciaga clothes and designs shocking and provocative, but Demna does not consider these acts as provocations. Most of the time he tries to be funny, and his sense of humor sometimes is too spicy. He also hates when people want fashion to tell fairy tales. He likes confronting things, and whatever you are confronting, people find it uncomfortable. Anyways, it's been 9 years since Demna took over the reins of Balenciaga. He did an incredibly good job up until 2023. His ability to blend creativity with commercial viability has contributed to Balenciaga's continued relevance and success in the fast-paced world of fashion. It's safe to say that he defined the last decade of fashion, changing people's perceptions of what's possible. Their remarkable success came to a halt around the infamous Mud Show and the whole scandal around it. In an attempt to redeem the brand's reputation, Demna went back to classic dressmaking. He kinda made a comeback in his Spring 24 collection. And then there was this recent LA show, which despite generating big buzz on social media, was criticized for being highly repetitive collection. Certainly those ups and downs have raised doubts about Demna's ability to make a successful comeback. As you can tell, the latest 24 was highly anticipated collection with a lot of attention to Balenciaga and Demna's next new ideas. Well, we have two main sources of inspiration for the collection. The first one comes from the fact that we spend a lot of time on screens in the modern digital age. This overload of content is something that Demna considers quite dangerous because it keeps us from being able to focus on things that actually matter. The second one comes from Demna's curiosity to separate the concepts of fashion and creativity from the notion of luxury, which is obviously not an easy task in the modern world. He ultimately concluded that new luxury is individual creativity. Luxury is by definition a sort of scarcity. Something is not infinitely available, and what seems to be truly rare and finite right now is actually creativity itself, explained Demna in the show notes. The show was opened with evening wear, featuring dresses inspired by Cristobal Balenciaga's archives. Demna reimagined the house's classic looks through his unique lens. His signature grungy aesthetic was also evident in the subsequent outfits, unveiling maxi faux fur coats. It was probably a nod from Demna to the popular mob wife trend that has been everywhere on social media platforms. Unlike other designers, Demna's fur coats do not appear pristine and beautiful. Instead, they have a dirty and worn-out look, which again is his style of doing things. Fluid tailoring, a popular area of experimentation this season, also captured Demna's interest. His interpretations featured oversized tailored looks with fluid shirts, jackets, and fluid pants. They are accessorized by grungy messenger bags and Balenciaga tags. The gray store tags are a relatively new invention from Demna. They can also function as small wallets for storing minor items. Following the fluid tailoring, the collection transitioned to fluid activewear and loungewear looks. These included baggy sweatpants, oversized turtlenecks, and small-fit zip-up hoodies. The outfits were rounded off with super soft derbies and black beanies pulled halfway down the models' faces. Black beanies represented a form of protection from content overload in today's digital age. It also can be used as an accessory for privacy. I think that fashion has to be radical, said Demna. It has to be on the edge, otherwise it's a scam. Demna has a passion for doing ready-to-wear. One of the constraints of this category is the necessity to design clothes that people actually want to wear. Yet, it's not only about catering to market demands. Authenticity plays a crucial role. If the designs do not reflect your style and vision, people won't believe you and won't buy your clothes. Demna always nails this balance. This is evident looking at his mashup of activewear, fluid tailoring, and streetwear. Certainly, these outfits are highly sought after, and at the same time, they are executed in Demna's unmistakable signature style. Alright, Demna is like a fashion activist when it comes to ready-to-wear. He consistently questions traditions and norms, unafraid to push boundaries and think outside the box in his creative pursuits. He once again ventured into unconventional territory by crafting tops from sweatpants and denim pants. These innovative creations are elevated with an addition of massive sunglasses, which Demna dubs as 24/7 mask, a novel accessory offering privacy and protection. These wraparound face masks serve as a symbolic statement against the constant bombardment of information and content in the modern digital age. Certainly everyone who is watching this recalled Demna's iconic DHL t-shirt from Vetements. In a similar fashion, he revisited his concept and presented polos and hoodies embroidered with eBay logo. Bringing eBay into this highlights the idea that fashion and good style do not necessarily have to be associated with luxury. This DIY approach to construct new creations and Demna's love for repurposed garments are also evident in the following looks. He designed and crafted garments using dust bags, messenger bags, and backpacks. Most likely he is aiming to generate some buzz on social media. Demna calls fashion business fashion business. Other Demna signature codes came through outfits consisting of disproportionate parkas, fitted turtlenecks, and tracksuit pants. Models are shielded by see-through beanies, so they can't be easily distracted by an overload of content on social media. Demna's much-loved DIY aesthetic was further emphasized through a diverse range of heavily layered looks. Models appeared as if they had just stepped out of a thrift shop. It's plausible that Demna designs these looks to throw shade on consumerism and materialism prevalent in today's society. Or maybe those looks served as a source of inspiration and encouragement for individual creativity. This is what Demna said to Women's Wear Daily after the show. There are people who dress on the street who look like they might be wearing Balenciaga, but they are not. But the way they wear their clothes and the way they combine them, it is this Demna style. Alright, this individual creativity and DIY concept are taken to the next level by introducing an idea of instant dressing. Here the main styling hack is tape, used as a temporary solution for getting a look to fit or stay on. Individual garments are reconstructed as patchworks. We have two tops in one and pair of pants made from two halves. Although the fit and styling may appear rudimentary, as that was the intention behind the design, it is in fact meticulously handcrafted. Here every detail is carefully considered and intentional. The show was closed by a dress made entirely out of underwear. Although its execution may appear chaotic and random, resembling a pile of discarded clothes, Demna clarified that in fact it was crafted using couture principles with great attention to placement and movement. Before going into depths, I want to say that Demna has seemingly dropped all the controversies and instead he introduced kinda humor and playfulness into the collection. Another radical change I noticed is that he took a step back from extremely oversized silhouettes that he loved so much. Nevertheless, the collection still felt like Demna. He leaned heavily into the grungy DIY aesthetic, showcasing his expertise in deconstruction and repurposing of garments. Undoubtedly, accessories game was the strongest area of the show. While the collection as a whole was solid, there was still a feeling that something was missing. First of all, you expect something revolutionary when it comes to Balenciaga and Demna, which obviously was not the case. A lot of designs felt like variations what we've seen from Demna in the past. And second, there is a sense that Demna may not be fully expressing himself. You get the feeling that he's kinda afraid and plays down his game. Another confusing aspect of the collection was highlighting the idea that creativity, style, and fashion can exist outside of luxury, which is 100% true, by the way. However, doing this under Balenciaga feels a bit odd. Demna promoted individuality and creativity with his eBay and thrift shop inspired looks, which was really nice and refreshing. However, if everyone does that and goes for eBay and thrift shops over Balenciaga, I wonder what current shareholders would say about that. What do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.